I'm Kayla McCartney, and I'll be one of your hosts tonight for TFG's Nightly News. Tonight we will be talking about the bubonic plague, the effects with DNA, consequences, what today's weather was, and we have an interview with a special guest. We will be informing you on treatment, and we will also be reaching out to you about its culture.
Greetings everyone, my name is Maddie and today we have some evidence from the bubonic plague. Shakaya, will you take it from here?
Yes, thank you, Maddie. The bubonic plague is one of the three types of plagues, which is bubonic, septicemic, and pneumonic. The sickness started when 12 ships docked at the Silicon port of Messina in October 1347. From then it spread to the port of Marseille in France and the port of Tunis in Africa. Nobody knew that the sickness was being spread from person to person. The next 5 years, it would kill more than 20 million people in Europe. People then found out that the plague spread pneumatically or through the air. Have you ever heard the song Ring Around the Rosie? People would put posies in their pockets because they believed that it would clear the air around them. It could also be transmitted through the bite of a flea or rat. Although they are extinct now, black rats were very populated at the time. Back then, it was estimated that each medieval home had 2 to 3 black rats to support each 4 to 5 fleas. It's easy to see why the plague spread so rapidly. And now to Shaylee for more information.
People fled to the countryside, but even there they could not escape the disease. Many livestock were infected, such as cows, sheep, chickens, and pigs. The sickness had run its course by the 1350s, and every few generations the plague would reappear again to take more lives.
The bubonic plague was caused by a bacterium, Yersinia pestis. An infected person would not begin to gain symptoms until about 1 to 7 days after exposure. And later, after being infected, the symptoms would include chills, muscle cramps, seizures, gangrene, which occurs when tissue dies from a lack of blood supply, and buboes, which are swollen and painful lymph nodes that become inflamed from various diseases.
During the bubonic plague, many effects took place, such as a huge drop in population. Because of the sickness, many people died and trade went down. Therefore, the prices went up.
According to the historical estimates of world population, the plague is estimated to have killed 30 to 60% of Europe's total population, and it took nearly 200 years for the world population to fully recover from where it originally was. Society has become more violent as the sickness went on and increased welfare, crime, revolt, and persecution.
Thanks Shaylee, it's going to be a warm day across the area with some cloudiness throughout the week. As you may have noticed, the weather throughout the past couple decades has been getting warmer and wetter. Here's what you can expect for the week. Right here on Tuesday, we should expect cooler temperatures followed by warm and humid weather. Reminder that ticks and fleas love humidity levels, usually around 70% or more. For today, we will be expecting a cool morning with clear skies. The low for the day is going to be 50 this morning. This afternoon, we'll be expecting warm temperatures with sunshine. Our high is going to be 67 this afternoon, and tonight we should be getting warmer again and on throughout the weekend, seeing high temperatures at 70. Thank you for listening to this week's forecast. Now for an interview about this viral sickness going around. Now back to you, Shakaya.
Thanks, Maddie. Today I'm here with Joannis Acronis Freesis. Greetings, Joanna.
Oh, hello.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the bubonic plague that's going around. Are you a doctor? Yes?
That is correct. I'm a doctor and a mathematician. I was a professor in Basel, and this year I'm going off to become a doctor.
That's wonderful.
Yes, I'm very excited. Now, what's your first question?
Do you have an idea of what started the sickness that's going around?
I believe it was our filthy streets, but also we do have a really big rat problem, and
Come
I just
back here, you filthy Jew!
It wasn't me!
It was friggin' Rudian!
Can we cut this out? Do you know what that whole thing was about?
Oh, many people are blaming this whole thing on the Jews, but I don't get it. I don't think how a whole group of people could just do this. It would have to be something else other than this.
Oh, I see. Thank you for your service.
Glad to be of service.
We'll be right back after the commercial break.
Are you sick? Is your whole family on the verge of dying? Well, you've come to the right place. Peter's Posies are here to guarantee you and your family's way back into a healthy lifestyle.
Here's how it works. You simply go to your local merchant, buy one, get 3 today. Put it in your pocket and you're cured. Isn't that amazing? Posies are always around to keep the air super clean. No getting sick with these babies.
Peter's Posies has lifted the curse off my family and made our lives better. Thanks, Peter.
Hello, I'm Paul, and I'm here to help you with your rat problems. At my store, we have many solutions to getting those abominations out of your lovely home and back on the streets where they belong. Method 1. Pour thick oil into a pan, and the rodent will get stuck into it at night. Method 2. Put a daffodil in front of the hole, and it will poison that ugly thing. Method 3. Get a cat. Paul's Pest Controls. Buy one method today and you'll get a second one for free.
Welcome back, everyone.
Let's go over treatments and prevention. As of yet, there is no vaccine for the plague in the U.S.
However, treatment works well. With antibiotics, most people get better within a week.
But without treatment, the people with the plague will die.
If you've been around someone with the plague, your doctor might go ahead and start treatment even if you don't have any symptoms.
People with the plague will be immediately sent to the hospital and receive antibiotics such as Cipro, fibromycin, garamycin, and Levaquin.
If you ever come in contact with plague germs, please take steps to take care of yourself as soon as possible.
If you ever travel to Africa, Asia, or South America, check for notices about the plague on the CDC website.
Avoid areas with the plague if you can, and stay away from sick or dead animals while you're there.
If you've been in an area where there's been a case of the plague,
fill in holes and gaps in your homes where mice, rats, or squirrels can get in.
clean up your yard, get rid of piles of leaves, wood, and rocks where animals may have made homes.
Use bug repellent with DEET to prevent flea bites when you are hiking and camping.
Wear gloves if you touch wild animals, dead or alive.
Use flea control sprays or other treatments on your pets.
And don't let outdoor pets such as cats and dogs sleep in your bed.
Welcome to our culture segment. Kaylin?
Thank you, Shaylee. There was a lot that happened during the Middle Ages. Plague, war, famine, and literacy problems that happened all over the countries in Europe.
It was definitely not a good time to have beliefs that differed from the church. Medicine was pretty much non-existent, so the treatment for anyone that was ill or had some kind of medical issue was to basically wait it out and see what God decides.
Bloodletting was a very popular treatment for almost any disease, and that was when a doctor would cut into someone and drain vast amounts of blood from their body.
The belief was that getting rid of the toxic blood would eventually allow the person to heal themselves.
And the problem with this was that the blood draining would make the person weaker, and people would often drain out too much blood, which would eventually lead them to death.
The average person's life was filled with a great deal of hard work and modest earnings.
Most families worked all day in order to grow, gather, and sell enough food to feed their family and purchase items such as clothing.
The life expectancy for peasants was very low. Women often experienced a great deal of miscarriages, and the children often died at young ages due to illness, disease, and even simply just accidents.
The wealthier people of society often had a much easier life. They did not have to work hard at all, and in fact, most had live-in servants.
I'm Shaylee,
I'm Kaylin.
and thank you for tuning in to the TFG's Nightly News. I got that.
Gaps in
Okay.
First, okay.
use flea control sprays or other treatments on your pets.
And don't let outdoor pets such as catch it. Just kidding.
Yes, I'm a man.
Lynn.
I can't do it. Okay.
Because we have a really big rat problem.
It wasn't me.
Get back here, you filthy
I have an idea what started the rat problem. Oh wait, that's sickness going around.
Come back here, you filthy Jew! Come back here!
Oh my gosh.
Basic. Kaylin, how do you think the project is going so far?
It's going great.